Good morning and a good Erev Shabbos, everyone. Just a few notes and a short Torah as we head into our third Shabbos of isolation, which is really, really hard to believe that this is going to be a third consecutive Shabbos without services in shul and the entire week. This is our new reality. I never thought that in a week span I would be doing a vachnach, attending two brissin, making shiva calls, bikur cholim, all on the phone, via text, online, Zoom, whatever it might be, not to mention having school and learning and all sorts of communications. But right now, this is our new reality. But Shabbos is here, and Shabbos we will observe, and Shabbos we will make the most of. Parshas Vayikra, as we will have Havdalah online on Facebook Live at 8:15 on Motzei Shabbos. We'll have our men's Seder will take place on Tuesday at 7 p.m. You'll get the official notice. And I also just wanted to note those who are observing Yartzeit this coming week. So Julianne Miller is observing Yartzeit for her father, Yosef ben Yoel, on Shabbos tomorrow. Both Miles and Bruce Berg will be observing Yartzeit for their father, Nasan ben Aryeh Leib. Again, that's tonight and tomorrow on Shabbos. Elian Levy observing Yartzeit for her brother, Yaakov ben Mordechai. Erwin Fish observing Yartzeit for his father, Mordechai ben Elkanah. And we will miss, of course, hearing Erwin do the Haftorah as always. And I spoke with Erwin this week. And again, everybody should be well. Sheldon Waxman observing Yartzeit for his father, Yisrael ben Yishayahu, on Tuesday, the 6th of Nisan. Alan Pines observing Yartzeit for his uncle Ela Pines, Eliyahu ben Ramosha HaKohen. You would notice that name that appears on the green Sefer Torah from the Pines family, of course, and Elliot's Bar Mitzvah and Uncle Ela. And Mari Kirshner is observing two Yartzeits, one on Thursday, one on Friday. The first is for Rina Bas Aryeh, and the second for his beloved mother, Liba Rachel Bas Nacham Yitzchak Halevi. Again, all of the neshamas should have an aliyah, and we should only have simchas together. But please note that those Yartzeits are being observed this week, albeit unfortunately in isolation. For me also, this is a Shabbos that I look forward to, of Parshas Vayikra. I mentioned in a couple of the shiurim this week, but it's hard to believe that it was exactly 8 years ago this Shabbos that Sarah and I came to Eitz Chaim for the very first time for a tryout. And we had a wonderful Shabbos, and we had, I'll never forget, the Friday night oneg that we had in the Hutter's home, and of course, the famous Kol Isha question. If you don't know what that is, then ask someone. But again, very, very fond memories, and it's hard to believe that was 8 years ago, but so much has occurred, so much has taken place, so much has been accomplished. And again, it always behooves me, my family, to give proper hakaras hatov, proper thanks to the community of Eitz Chaim, to the leadership, for giving us the opportunity to be here to lead through thick and thin. And it has been the opportunity of our lifetime and the privilege of our lifetime. So I just wanted to say thank you and acknowledge that anniversary. This week we will begin reading Sefer Vayikra, the book of Vayikra. Vayikra is called Torah's Kohanim. As a matter of fact, the entire book of Vayikra takes place over a period of only 1 month's time. Vayikra focuses mainly on sacrifice. And I think when we talk about sacrifice, karbanos, what exactly it is, and how we have now supplanted sacrifice, the pasuk we read on Shabbos Shuvah Haftorah Neshalma Farim Sifasenu, that in lieu of our animals, we give lip service. We have davening, the advent of tefillah b'tzibur, which is that's something that's been taken away from us right now as well. And I think that it's very relevant today that we could all feel that we're sacrificing so much. Now, sometimes we sacrifice for the sake of others, and sometimes we sacrifice because we don't have a choice. Right now, we find ourselves in that latter category where we're sacrificing so much and we don't have a choice. And I think it behooves us to think about those who are giving up so much. Think about those people who are so negatively affected by what's going on. I'm not talking about just about the emotional, psychological impact, but those have real impact. People have lost jobs. People who are not sure how they're going to make ends meet. People who are not sure they'll have a job to come back to when and if this ever ends. What about from a religious point of view? People, again, as I mentioned, the Yartzites, people who the whole year, this is something they hold on to, the inability to say Kaddish and having to rely on someone else to say Kaddish for them, or people who are saying Kaddish already during the year, and those people that miss davening with a minyan, and those people that miss hearing the Torah reading, and those people that just miss being around other people. Think about those people who feel so isolated right now. There's that level of sacrifice as well. But Chazal tell us, as we read in the end of Parshas Kisisa, that when Moshe Rabbeinu came down from the mountain with the luchos, it says that he had a glow on his face and he actually had to wear a mask. Ironic, I know, but he had to wear a mask. And Chazal tell us that he got this glow from a little extra ink. When he was writing down the words of the Torah, there was a little bit of extra ink. And Chazal Rameir Shapiro asked the question, where would he have? Why wouldn't God give him the exact amount of ink? Why extra ink? Rameir Shapiro says is that when Moshe Rabbeinu wrote the little aleph in Vayikra, if you'll notice, if you look in the text of Vayikra, the first word Vayikra, the aleph is written in miniature size. Moshe decided to diminish it, to actually take away from himself, and there was extra ink. And what Rameir Shapiro says is that when we sacrifice, when we use humility, when we take away from our own to help others, we ultimately will shine. And that's really what this is all about. It's so unnatural for us to say we have to stay away from people. But what we have to do now is we have to diminish. We have to reduce our contact. We have to give up and sacrifice so much, even if it means Chag HaPesach, not being able to be with our families and being alone and feeling isolated. But ultimately we will shine. But really, ultimately we'll survive. That's the most important thing. I mentioned this in our Pesach Shir earlier, but I heard this from Rabbi Willig when we were having one of our many rabbinic meetings, where Rabbi Willig said that not only we have to have a Chag Kasher v'Sameach, we have to have a Chag Bari v'Sameach. We have to have a healthy holiday. And what we're doing is to promote health. If we don't have a Chag Bari, if we don't have a healthy holiday, then we will not have a kosher holiday. Believe you me. So my friends, I know this is hard. It's hard for everyone. But please, let's make sure we follow the protocols. Let's make sure we understand that when we diminish our involvement with the outside world, ultimately we will shine. I know we'll be back. We'll be back soon enough, and we'll be back stronger than ever. I want to wish everybody a wonderful, wonderful Shabbos, a peaceful Shabbos, and most importantly, a healthy Shabbos. We'll see you all soon.